Greetings. Once again, we connect today to go further with our learnings. Today, we will be going and trying to understand the functionality, the working of the report designer. So, let us go and understand what the report designer is all about. So, I'm going to go inside manage, and you can see the report section over here. And we will, without indulging in any other activity, click on the new report icon over here, and that goes and launches my report designer, and it should be coming up on our screen. There you are. You can see the report designer has come up on our screen. So before I go and try to explain the technicalities of the aspect it had, the report designer basically a very good mechanism of finding out details like your task run report, what within a particular time period. Maybe you want to find out that how many tasks were created, modified, executed, and deleted for that reason. You can find that out using the report designer. Or maybe I want to find out that on a particular development client, how many workflows ran within a particular time period, how many of them were successful, how many of the runs were failures. Or maybe I'm looking at more detailed aspects, like workflow creation time, modification time, editing time, and deletion time. So all those things, all those facts and figures we can get via the report designer. And last but not the least, what we are seeing over here is the return on investment icon over here, which helps us get a fairly good idea that what has been the utility of the product of our software in terms of monetary returns in terms of usage of the software on various aspects. So that is basically what the report designer gives us. It's a very good way of finding out that about the information about all these aspects that I've just discussed on a particular development client can be used for doing an audit on a particular development client, if I may be allowed to go and say so. So first and foremost, we are going to look at task execution details. So I will go and say select specific folder, and the folder of our choice which contains our tasks, we would like to go and point to the same. So I'm saying automation anywhere files, automation anywhere. Within that, we will go and choose my tasks. Within that, we have demo. So this is the folder which contains all my demonstrations which we have been looking at together. And I'm going to go and click on this, which selects that folder in perspective. And let's say I'm looking at data for the last 7 days. So I'm saying last 7 days. Let's have a look at this report over here, and that should give us a quick graph about the task execution details within the date range as per our specification. And there we are. Maybe I can close this down. So here I can see I'm getting a very detailed information about my various tasks which ran within that time period. I have their names over here. I have also reports coming in two formats. I can see completed, failed, timeouts for various tasks that we went and created over here. So a very detailed report, as you can see. The red bar indicates failure, and the green bar indicates success. So that's what we are trying to find out over here. After looking at this report, should you feel like exporting this data into some other formats, you can do that. Should you wish to remove the legends box, you can do that. It's a toggle switch. You remove it, you get it back. If you want to take remove this data grid or bring it back, we have that functionality too. If you wanted to take a print of this, you can take a print out. You want to do a print preview, that also can be done. And last, maybe if you want to take a copy of this image, put it inside some kind of a large audit document, you can do it by copying this into a clipboard area of our system's memory and then putting it into the document as per our area of interest. So that is something about the task run report which we were just looking at. The next report that we're looking at is the task timeline report. So here I'm saying task timeline for, again we are looking at some more metrics this time in terms of task execution, modification, creation, deletion within a particular date range. Maybe I'll make it for the last 7 days again. And same folder, the one that we have been working with over the last couple of days. And let me go and run this report. So this time in addition to getting those metrics which I got last time for just task execution, we will also get data about creation, modification and deletion. So you can see over here you have icons for execution, creation, modification and deletion. If I go and click on the first icon, gives me my task, execution details, failed, completed. You can see a complete log right up to the hours, minutes and seconds. It logs information to that level of precision, as you can see. And then you have task creation. So when was the relevant task created, at what precise hour, minute and second. And similarly, if you modified it, that information is also getting logged over here. And last but not least, if we did go and delete some task, that information also gets recorded. So that is something about the various task related reports with respect to task execution and task timeline that we are discussing over here. Further on top of this, we have workflow execution related reports also that we can look at. So let me go and bring up that folder of our area of interest, automation anywhere files, automation anywhere, and we are going to say workflow. So this is our workflow folder which contains all of our workflows, and I am looking at all the workflows which we made maybe in the last 7 days. So let's go ahead and run this and see if we do have any workflow. We definitely do. And here we can see this was a workflow that we made in one of our previous interactions, and you can see that 2 successful completion runs, as you can see over here. Same information as earlier. You can export all this information into different formats. You can go and turn on and off your legends. You can bring the grid on or off. You can take a print of this. You can make a print preview, and should you wish to copy this information to clipboard and put it in some kind of audit document, that too can be facilitated. Then looking at the fact that maybe we are looking at some more informed inputs like creation, modification, deletion, execution with respect to the workflow, we can go and get that information also. So let me go and bring that up. So here we are seeing workflow timeline, so the specific folder of our area of interest, and here you can see all those metrics that we wanted to capture. You can see your workflow run report. At this precise time, this workflow was successfully executed, and you can see we had 2 runs, both of them successful, as we can see getting logged over here. Similarly, if you want, you can, if I can go back to that report, I can see over here you have information for creation statistics, you have information for execution statistics. So that is the kind of data that we were able to see with respect to the workflow within the given range and as per the parameters that we were interested in focusing on. Last but not the least, you can also look at your returns on investment. So obviously you would like to know that what has been the return of investments on the procurement of the software. So this gives you a step-by-step date-wise returns, that what has been the returns which we have garnered with respect to the usage of our software over the time period that we have been working with it. So that's the report at hand which we are seeing on top of our screens. So I can go and probably close this. Now if you wish to, there is another way by which you can look at this ROI information. We have over here ROI calculator, which gives you this input also, just for the sake of your information. So here you can see you're getting the same metrics. You can reset the ROI. For example, I want the returns on investments to be calculated from scratch again, from maybe today onwards, or whatever is a good day we want to go and start calculating our returns on investments from there. So we can do this using our ROI calculator, which I went and bought in by clicking on tools, and within that we have the ROI calculator. Also, you have an option of going inside ROI settings. So there is one ROI setting that we can shake. That is the hourly returns which we perceive would be the returns that we would get from the software by using it effectively. Now ROI, as you can see, is based on various metrics like runtime, debug time, alerts, documentation, training time, and knowledge capture. So the software has an internal algorithm which takes all these parameters, out of which we can only go and shake this one, and that gives us the required inputs, as you can see. So that was something about the report designer. We also digress for a moment and looked at certain specifics with respect to ROI, which I felt that all of us should also be aware of. Should we feel that our hourly usage is perception is maybe different from that figure. By the way, that figure is based on analysis that we have done with our esteemed clients who are already using our software. However, we do respect the decision should you wish to should you feel that maybe a higher figure is more appropriate as per your usage at your end. So this was something about the report designer which we wanted to quickly touch base with, and I do hope everybody is good and comfortable till this point. So until we meet again, thank you.